You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio, and now streaming at KPVM.TV. I'm David Preston on this Friday, January 26th. A two-vehicle crash happened earlier today on the north end of town. News 25 reporter Anthony Roberts filed this report.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
Today, January 26th, at approximately 11 a.m., a two-vehicle crash occurred on Highway 160 and Mesquite Avenue. According to witnesses at the scene, the driver of a gray Dodge Ram pulled out onto Highway 160 from Mesquite but stopped in the middle of the intersection, which caused a silver Eclipse that was heading southbound on 160 to run into the rear of the truck. Luckily, both drivers were uninjured. The Eclipse suffered major damage to the front end of the vehicle, while the Dodge sustained moderate damage to the rear end. Nevada Highway Patrol, Nye County Sheriff's Office, as well as Pahrump Fire and Rescue were on the scene. The southbound traffic on Highway 160 was being diverted westbound on Mesquite during the investigation and cleanup.
A structure fire last night erupted in large flames on Wilson Road, near Bowling Road. News 25 caught up with Fire Chief Scott Lewis to give us the details.
Last evening, just before 10 o'clock, crews were initially dispatched for a report of a large unknown type fire in the area of West Street. As crews were reacting in preparation of the response, they were repaged for a reported structure fire. While the crews were driving to the incident, they observed a large dark-colored smoke column developing in the area of the reported address. They arrived on location and found several accessory outbuildings at the rear of the old Binion property that were well involved in fire, with extension to nearby large dead trees and other exposure buildings which had been previously burned. Crews commenced a quick defensive exterior objective, stretching two hand lines, quickly controlled that fire with no further extension. They checked for any occupants within the structures which had been previously used for animal enclosures, probably a couple of decades ago. There were no findings, there were no injuries on the scene, and the investigation is underway, but is believed to be accidental in nature. Due to apparatus staging, hose deployment, things like that, we had to temporarily close the road so that nobody would get injured, no vehicles would become damaged from running over the hoses, and allowed the firefighters to operate safely.
In international news, Israel has been ordered by the International Court of Justice to limit the amount of death and damage to Gaza. R.J. Camacho has more on this story.
On January 26, the Palestinian death toll surpassed 26,000 in the Israel-Hamas war, specifically becoming 26,038, with 64,487 others wounded, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. Two-thirds of these deaths are of women and children. Additionally, according to the ministry spokesman Ashram al-Qidra, 138 people were killed and 377 others were left injured in the past 24 hours. This information comes out the same day the International Court of Justice orders Israel to limit deaths and damage in the war. However, a ceasefire was not demanded. In reference to the new ruling, former Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz spoke on the matter, stating that those truly needing to stand trial are those that murdered and kidnapped children, women, and the elderly. However, Israel isn't the only one to receive an order from the International Court of Justice, as Hamas was ordered to release all hostages that still remain in captivity. Israel is expected to submit a report on the measures taken to limit deaths within a month's time. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected claims of genocide, calling them outrageous, as he plans to continue with the war. He went on to state that, "We will continue to do what is necessary to defend our country and defend our people. Israel's commitment to international law is unwavering. Equally unwavering is our sacred commitment to continue to defend our country and defend our people." Meanwhile, the Palestinian Foreign Ministry commended the ruling ruling, stating that, by moving quickly and issuing the ruling only 2 weeks after the oral hearings, the court acknowledges the urgency of the situation on the ground. South Africa, which is the nation that initiated the genocide case against Israel, stated that the ruling is a victory for international law. They added that Israel's actions in Gaza are plausibly genocidal. The statement from the South African government added that third states are now on notice of the existence of a serious risk of genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza. They must, therefore, also act independently and immediately to prevent genocide by Israel and to assure that they are not themselves in violation of the Genocide Convention. This necessarily imposes an obligation on all states to cease funding and facilitating Israel's military actions. Meanwhile, in the war itself, an overnight airstrike conducted by Israel on the Nuseirat refugee camp has killed approximately 15 people, one of which was reported to be a 5-month-old baby. The bodies were taken to the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital in the nearby town. The strike came as the Israeli army continues to expand its assault south, focusing on the southern city of Khan Yunis, which is Gaza's second largest city. According to the Israeli military, their troops have been engaging in close urban combat with Hamas fighters throughout the neighborhoods of Khan Yunis. The military has also stated that it's been calling in airstrikes and attack helicopters in order to hit militants that have been spotted with rocket-propelled grenades.
2 officers have been awarded honors in response to saving a victim's life during the UNLV shooting.
2 Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officers, Jacob Noriega and Tyvis Perez, were recognized on January 25th for their courage during the UNLV shooting for saving the life of a man who had survived the gunfire. These honors were presented by the LVMPD Foundation and Resorts World as part of the Good Ticket program that rewards law enforcement officers who go above and beyond the call of duty. LVMPD Assistant Chief Reggie Rader went on to state that our officers are taught to go to the scene, stop the violent action of the individual, and then be able to shift gears quickly and be able to provide first aid because we know seconds matter when you're losing a lot of blood. This was learned through the Stop the Bleed training program, which teaches officers how to use a combat-level first aid kit. LVMPD Foundation Director Karen Marbin has also spoke on the event, stating that it not only showcases the bravery of officers Noriega and Vesperes, but also the training they received, bringing everything full circle. She continued, stating that our community members who supported and continue to support the LVMPD Foundation with philanthropic funding so we can continue to deepen the impact, train more officers, work with more agencies so that we are prepared for these mass casualty events that we all hope never happen again. The 2 officers were also gifted a 2-night staycation at Resorts World, free of charge. If you would like to help the LVMPD Foundation or to learn more information about them, you can visit lvmpdfoundation.org.
We got your sports and more after the break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Living Free Gym. Kickstart your journey to a healthier, fitter you. No add-on or hidden fees. Join today. Call 775-505-3877.
Welcome back to News 25. Here's Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports, and don't forget to check us out online streaming at www.kpvm.tv. Vegas Golden Knights are in the Big Apple this evening, taking on the New York Rangers. That game is already in progress. The United States Military Academy at West Point got a visit from the Stanley Cup champions. The Golden Knights stopped by the campus on Wednesday to take in the historic grounds of the Military Academy. Team owner Bill Foley also paid his respects after previously attending West Point. UNLV Lady Rebels head coach Lindy LaRocque is one of 10 coaches to make a new mid-season mid-major watch list. LaRocque was named to the Kathy Delaney-Smith Mid-Major Coach of the Year list. And Las Vegas Raiders star Max Crosby has been named one of the 5 finalists for AP Defensive Player of the Year award presented by TCL. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Lee Canyon officials respond to a viral video that showcases a group of people fighting at their resort because someone cut in line. Show has this story.
Officials with the Lee Canyon Ski and Snowboard Resort have responded to a video that has recently started to make the rounds on social media. According to the video, which was posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, a brawl allegedly started between people due to cutting in line at the ski hill. The video shows a group of approximately a dozen hitting and punching each other before things settled down.
Hey, guys.
Lee Canyon General Manager Dan Hooper is issued a statement regarding the video. It read that, ensuring the safety and well-being of Lee Canyon's valued guests and staff is paramount to our organization. We maintain a steadfast, zero-tolerance policy against illegal or disruptive conduct on our premises. Individuals violating this policy face consequences like terminating their season passes and losing future access to the resort. The passes of those involved in the fight have been revoked, and Lee Canyon officials are currently working with law enforcement in an ongoing investigation regarding the incident.
The ATU starts their strike today against a company that manages public transportation in Las Vegas.
On January 26, the Amalgamated Transit Union, or ATU, had voted in favor of authorizing a strike against the private contractor that operates the Las Vegas Valley's public bus system, TransDev. They have moved forward with a strike in order to seek both better pay and more safeguards with their employer. This also comes after the rejection of a new contract offer from TransDev. Negotiations of a new contract has been ongoing since July of 2023. Though the process has been professional, many of TransDev's employees have viewed the offered pay raise as inadequate, according to Dennis Hennessy, who is a bus driver and union member. He went on to state that, for drivers and mechanics, no pay raise, no pay increase until next year after they've been here for a year. And it's a 2% across the board raise. That are at the top of the pay scale, it's an 11-cent an hour raise, which is nothing. Local bus drivers have also stated that they're in danger daily and they're simply not being paid enough to put up with it. A deadline for the strike has yet to be scheduled. However, TransDev has stated that they have not yet received a formal strike notification from the ATU, which unions are required to give a 30-day written notice in order to legally strike. TransDev spoke on the matter in a statement that said, both parties are operating under a valid agreement, so any violation of this agreement would be an unlawful act. It is TransDev's expectation that the ATU will honor the agreement and deliver uninterrupted service to the public.
We have your positive Pahrump story coming up after the break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. In today's Positive Pahrump segment, we meet Cheryl and Faith from Clean Up Pahrump, an organization that volunteers to help make our town shine clean.
Are you someone who is, has been, or knows someone who is being abused? We've been there. You deserve hope and healing. Talk to a life coach by downloading the Been There Life Coaching app. Positive Pahrump made possible by Been There Life Coaching.
Hey everyone, Faith here, Clean Up Pahrump, along with Cheryl. And we are here today to talk about Clean Up Pahrump, this wonderful group of concerned citizens here in town that are working towards a cleaner area to live. So we started Clean Up Pahrump February of 2018, and we've grown. We're always looking for new volunteers, so we clean up 1 hour a week. We typically clean up every Saturday, 1 hour, and we have fun door prizes for our new members. We give out free t-shirts. We're a great group of people, always looking for new members, and even if you can't get out there and do the heavy lifting, you can come out and shake our hands even, or sign people in, take pictures. We're looking for local business support. We have many local businesses supporting us that donate door prizes and to our insurance and to our t-shirts. So if you're a local business and would like to help us out, or even an individual, and you don't want to do the heavy lifting, we can find something fun for you to do and meet friends.
It's a great group of people.
So far, we have 87 tons worth of recorded weight up. That's since we started recording in 2019. The first year we didn't record our weights, but we got quite a bit up. If you go off Game Bird, there used to be mini dumps all over the place, gone. So we are making a difference, and we want your help. Well, we started on Facebook, so you can check us out at Clean Up Pahrump, or check us out at www.cleanuppahrump.org. We just started, Cheryl actually formed a great alliance with NDOT, so now we do Adopt a Highway. We have 2 stretches now that we do.
We have a stretch of road on 372 from Bowling down to Linda. It's 2 miles. We also have a 2-mile stretch on 160. That's from Gravel Pit Road up to 775 Realty. We do those once a month. Nevada Department of Transportation provides the orange bags, so you may see orange bags along the road. They'll come pick them up after we fill them. And the only stipulation for those cleanups is that you have to be over 18. NDOT doesn't allow anyone under 18 on those, but for all the other cleanups, any age is welcome.
Yes. Get out there, have some fun, have some exercise, and a really great thing, I especially love it this year, with it being election year, we have a no politics policy, so it's kind of refreshing. Get out there, have fun, just talk about normal everyday stuff, but no politics. Bring plenty of fluids too.
Here's Mikey to tell us what's cooking this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast.
Howdy. On the menu this week on Classic Country Breakfast, Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio. Born on January 16th, Ronnie Millsap. Born on January 19th, Phil Everly. Also born on January 19th, we'll celebrate Dolly Parton. Born on January 20th, Slim Whitman. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, my special guest Alias James calls the show, talks about his influences, his new album Free Country, and where the inspiration came from for his song Where You Used to Be.
A buddy of mine from a long time ago, he lost his wife. It was more like the song appeared, and then I started kind of connecting the dots. And so it does refer to people who I've lost, yeah.
Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV, channel 25.8.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam, it's looking nice and sunny. Mikey has your weather forecast coming up next.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. I'm Mike Ruhan from the Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network and to your mobile device at www.kpvm.tv. Fernley, 51 degrees, Fallon halfway to 100 at 50, Carson City, 53, Tonopah. That's the coldest one, 44. Goldfield Soft, 47 degrees. Beatty, 58. Amargosa, 63. Out in Vegas, 61. Death Valley looks like summer at 71 degrees, but here in the paradise of Pahrump, our current temperature is 55 degrees. It was 59 just a little bit earlier. Winds not too bad, east-southeast at 3 miles per hour. Humidity up to 31%. Sun rose this morning at 6:49. It's set this evening at 5:03. There's still a little bit of daylight out there if you go check out the sunset. Few clouds tonight, good for star watching. We go down to a low of 38 degrees. Humidity up to 46%. Smells like clouds. And it is clouds. Look at that. Not too many. Just a few tomorrow. 67 on Sunday. I'm liking the warming trend. 69 on Monday. 70 on Tuesday. But I'm not liking the trend Thursday. We have 71% chance of rain. And on Friday, 49 degrees with a 58% chance of rain. Brr, gonna need an umbrella. Back to the desk. Here's David.
Thank you, Mikey. Well, that wraps up this edition of News 25. I'm David Preston. Have a great weekend.